First, we start with some breaking news tonight. A July 4th block party turns into a crime scene when gunfire breaks out. CBS 2's Corey James is live in Roosevelt on Long Island with the very latest. Corey.
And Jessica, police are not giving us very much information right now about this shooting, but the Nassau County Police Department's homicide unit trailer is actually right behind me, and feet away from it, there's a home that detectives and officers and investigators, you can see those balloons out here as well. That home seems to be the focus of this investigation on Hudson Avenue. Here's a closer look at the scene, though. This shooting happened just a couple houses down from the Roosevelt Public Library, and we spoke with the neighbor who says it happened during a 4th of July block party. She tells us she was in the stairway of her apartment building that is not too far away from this home when she heard gunshots go off. Did you see any of the victims or anyone?
No. I didn't get a chance to see any of that. I just seen the rush of the crowd going around the corner, coming around. As I was coming downstairs, I heard in my stairway, I heard shots, and I said, those don't sound like firecrackers. And as I opened my apartment door to come to the street, I seen a whole rush of people come running around the corner.
Oh, man. 4th of July. 4th of July. So buckle your seatbelts. We're going to try to scour the nation, scour the country, and see how different groups of people spent 4th of July. This is Nassau County, New York, which is turning into a real sketchy place lately. It's always been a little sketchy, but it's getting really, really sketchy now, along with everywhere else because of the rise in crime and murder. But there's certain places in Long Island, like the Hamptons, different little areas. It's a very diverse county. But the places where the sun shines, it's a whole lot of murder, Jack.
I heard shots, and I said, those don't sound like firecrackers. And as I opened my apartment door to come to the street, I seen a whole rush of people come running around the corner. So I stepped back, and then a couple of people ran around the corner. They were screaming like, hurt, not like they got shot, but like they knew somebody who got just shot. Like, no, like that. It was intense. So I went back in my building.
That's smart move, sister. A lot of times in the past, you could sit around and watch these things or just, be an observer of these kind of incidents. Nowadays, it's best just take your butt in the house, man. It ain't nothing new. You've seen so much of it. It's not like something that you rarely get to see. You see it all the time. Take your butt in the house before the dudes circle the block and come back shooting and you get hit with a stray. So this sister did the right thing.
Intense. So I went back in my building.
A very frantic moment there. Now, at this time, it is unclear how many people were shot or if the shooter has been caught. We also do not know if anyone died. However, as I mentioned before, the Nassau County Police Department's homicide unit trailer is on scene. Back here live, you can see those balloons. You can see the tents. You can also see some of the tables, and there's food and drinks that were placed on those tables. I spoke with a young man who says he rented a bounce house out to the family that threw this block party. He came here to pick that up, but was not able to go through, of course, because of this investigation.
My man rented them a bounce house and he can't even pick it up because there's a damn homicide investigation going on. God. Only in the stand, man. And them bounce houses, I hope the bounce house ain't damaged with bullet holes, because you ain't going to be able to inflate it. The bounce house might have got shot up. Now this guy got to go get his stuff repaired. God, dog.
I spoke with a young man who says he rented a bounce house out to the family that threw this block party. He came here to pick that up, but was not able to go through, of course, because of this investigation. We have been checking in with police and are trying to get as many updates as possible about the shooting. But again, right now, what we do know is that this is a multiple shooting involving multiple people. As soon as we learn more information, we will bring that to you. But as you heard from that woman, she has heard the fireworks going off all night, but it was very clear to her when those gunshots went off. For now, we're live here in Roosevelt on Long Island. Corey James, CBS 2 News.
Meanwhile, Uncle Sam Jam did not let the weather stop their festivities tonight. Danny Monteverdi was at Lafreniere Park tonight in Metairie. Danny?
Rain stopped the 4th of July celebrations at City Park on Saturday, but the show went on at Lafreniere Park in Metairie. It was the annual celebration of the Uncle Sam Jam back after a year's hiatus thanks to COVID-19. But guess who was among the headliners? As was Wilson Phillips. Jefferson Parish Councilman Dominic Impastato estimates there were 15,000 people in the crowd.
That's crazy. I was singing a Wilson Phillips song, got stuck in my head the other day. Now I can't think of it. But look at the crowd, man. Look at these people. 1,500 people. No gunshots. No fights. No violence. Hold on for one more day. Hold on. That was the song. Hold on for one more day. These people just having a good time, man. Enjoying themselves. And I grew up. I'm not going to lie, man. I grew up. I've been very open about my upbringing. I grew up very woke, pro-black, borderline militant, upbringing. Blackity black. And I learned that these were the savages. Even though I grew up in the murder capital, but there's a level of cognitive dissonance you get to have, especially when you're being indoctrinated and you're a child, even as an adult, but as a child. I was told these were the savages. They do stuff like they the ones that, it was always black people don't do stuff. That stuff white people do. Anything violent or vile or disgusting or, antisocial, that stuff white people do. I thought all serial killers was white. I thought all, when you're being indoctrinated, there's a cognitive dissonance. And I didn't even have the media at that time indoctrinated. It was just the school I went to, my parents, different things. But now they got the media indoctrinating them, and they're learning that they're the kings and the queens. These are the savages. And I'm not saying that we're savages. Some people are savages. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that most of them openly will say, you don't have to secretly record them. They will openly tell you that these are the savages.
Jefferson Parish Councilman Dominic Impastato estimates there were 15,000 people in the crowd. He says that's a smaller number than most years, but it's a welcome crowd considering the wicked weather that rolled through earlier in the evening.
The moment people had an opportunity to be outside and enjoy what our area has to offer, that they were going to come in droves, tonight is the best illustration of it, no question.
A little lanyap was a lucky dog hot dog eating contest. The highlight of the night was the fireworks that everyone waited a year to see. The 4th of July weekend rounds out with a fireworks show Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the New Orleans riverfront. That is a surprise gift from actor and rapper Will Smith.
Damn, Will Smith, man. I wasn't expecting that, man. Hey, but you know, Will's a great guy, man. I mean, his wife's wokety woke. I'm sure Will's wokety woke, but we know that doesn't mean anything. Nobody really operates wokety woke. They just talk. Wokety woke is more talk. Because a guy like Will Smith's going to have a white agent, a white publicist, a white PR firm, a white personal assistant, a white trainer, a white dietitian, a white chef. So I mean, like, when these actors talk that wokety woke crap, it's just for you. It's just for us working class people to distrust white people and be, all buck up and militant towards white people when we see them. But, it's just foolishness.
The 4th of July weekend rounds out with a fireworks show Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the New Orleans riverfront. That is a surprise gift from actor and rapper Will Smith. Danny Monteverdi, Eyewitness News, reporting in Metairie.
Chicago Police Department's violence plan is going into the night. CBS 2's Stephen Graves is looking into the shooting numbers so far. He is live at police headquarters. Stephen?
Jim, good evening. We're looking at numbers now and from past years. So far this year, we've counted dozens of people shot, including 10 fatally. One of those, a man shot on the street just as the holiday was getting started. In Chicago's Old Town neighborhood, a man died early July 4th morning around 6 o'clock. That's when police say he was crossing Division Street near Wells. A man walked up to him, started arguing, and shot him in the street. The suspect ran away. Police later talking to people passing by for clues.
Look at this white woman walking her poodle. That's how a lot of these cities are. You have these liberal enclaves where, white liberal gentrifiers or whatever you want to call them, they live, these apartment buildings, it's $2,500 a month for one bedroom, one bathroom for $2,500 a month. So, but 2 blocks over, you got an open air drug market. You got homies hanging out or walking up and down the street with masks on, with ski masks on, because that's what they wear now, ski masks. Everybody else wear masks, they wear ski masks. Since you let us wear masks, then we just gonna start wearing ski masks. They ruin everything. And they're coming and asking this woman, she don't know, this woman don't know the inner workers of the block. She don't know these little hoodlums' names, even though she lives in the same community as them. And these people just work and come home and go to events. They go to their events, and their events are nonviolent, but they see violence, and they know that the black people, I mean, I guess it's because of slavery or something, I guess, right? That's what I'm hearing, that they're disenfranchised, and they don't have they don't know how to use internet, and they don't have resources, so this is why they kill each other. She knows all the talking points, but she don't know why Pookie killed man. She don't know that stuff. What you asking her for?
That's when police say he was crossing Division Street near Wells. A man walked up to him, started arguing, and shot him in the street. The suspect ran away. Police later talking to people passing by for clues. Earlier, around midnight, someone drove up to a group of men in an Auburn Gresham neighborhood as they stood outside. 4 men in their 40s and 50s were hit by bullets at 89th and Carpenter. 1 man is critical.
Just think about that. 4 brothers in their 40s and 50s standing outside. And somebody rolls up and shoots them. This is why, as you saw the video I did the other day, this whole thing where the ex-cons gonna come home and they're gonna clean up the streets. It's nah. Those dudes need to stay. They got enough problems, man, out here in these streets, man. What group of people could name another group of people where a group of 40 and 50 years olds can't stand outside without getting shot up? That's I get it. I'm sure that there's teens, even though you can't show me any of it. I'm sure there's teens, white kids doing drive-bys on each other, even though you can't show me any of it and I can't find it. But 40 and 50-year-old, golly, man, what's going on?
And about an hour before that, in Logan Square, officers say 2 men walked up, shot 3 people. You can see at least 25 shell casings near Belden and Milwaukee. 1 man was shot in the chest and is critical. 2 women should survive. So far this holiday weekend, we've counted at least 45 people who have been shot across Chicago, 10 fatally since Friday evening. In 2019, at least 69 people were shot, 5 fatally. Last year, the weekend total hit nearly 80 shooting victims, 15 of them killed.
Okay, unfortunately, I have to report to you guys that as of the time I made this video, it was 82 shot and 14 murdered in Chicago. And I'm sure that number's probably going to rise. I'll try to update it. But yeah, so these numbers are a little bit behind. Very bloody weekend. And you know, I don't think we'll get the full numbers, all the data. It's such a fluid situation. Like, as you see these things up, 30 minutes later, hour later, like these shootings happen constantly. So I think once the smoke clears, I think it's going to have been a very, 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 very bloody week, and almost probably worse than 2020.
Weekend, we've counted at least 45 people who have been shot across Chicago, 10 fatally since Friday evening. In 2019, at least 69 people were shot, 5 fatally. Last year, the weekend total hit nearly 80 shooting victims, 15 of them killed. Some children were among the victims. One, 14-year-old Fernando Jones. He was in an Inglewood Park celebrating when 4 men fired into a crowd. Tonight, on the anniversary of his death, the FBI offering a $25,000 reward for anyone who has information leading to the conviction of his killers, as Chicago police continue the task of combating violence again this weekend in the hours ahead. And so far, no one in custody for those shootings we mentioned that happened this weekend. We know Chicago police officers continue to pull 12-hour shifts and have those canceled days off until tomorrow. Reporting live at Chicago Police Headquarters, Stephen Graves, CBS 2 News. Jim?
A popular 4th of July celebration in St. Charles, canceled last year because of COVID-19, is back. Riverfest has returned this weekend as part of the 4th of July celebrations. As Fox News' Chris Renier reports today, started off with a parade.
Calling a return to a St. Charles tradition.
See? They shooting. Arc Nation. The white people is shooting each other. They letting off shots. At the event, why you ain't say nothing? You hate yourself.
Calling a return to a St. Charles tradition. The St. Charles Riverfest Parade back on historic Main Street after being among the many COVID cancellations last year. People lined Main Street to take in the parade. The Ellis family from St. Charles County excited to celebrate Independence Day in a way that is independent of COVID concerns.
With a full year being trapped inside and not being able to go to any type of entertainment venues, see your loved ones and friends, we're ready to celebrate Independence Day. We're ready to get out, enjoy, say hi.
I'm ready to let the kids go out and have fun. Let us go out and do things as a family. Show the kids what's fun on the 4th of July.
Mary Ellen Gilmore came with her son and grandkids.
I think we need normalcy. We just need to get back to normalcy.
We're a bit isolated on social media. You're forced to sort of choose a side, I think, at times. And then you could come out here and see, just people watching a parade. It just feels a bit normal.
It pisses me off, man, that we can't have this type of stuff, man. And yes, a lot of events that some people have do not end in gun violence. But the specter of gun violence is always there. If an event happens where there is no gun violence in the Sun Belt, that's only because nobody got mad or nobody pissed somebody off. Because if someone would have gotten mad, they'd have came back and sprayed the crowd. Or just chance, like, sometimes, how many of y'all Sun people that are Sun people, I'm speaking to Sun people right now, not you glacier gliders. How many of y'all just get pissed off when y'all see this? These people get together, they can just have a good time, and there's absolutely no threat of gun violence. The only way it would be gun violence is some psychopath who, of course, going to write a manifesto, make a video or something, and then go out and shoot up these people for no reason. But there's nothing that's going to happen here that's going to lead to gun violence. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some crazy guy may come do something every once in a blue moon. You know what I mean? Like every once in a blue moon. But nothing is going to happen here that is going to lead to violence.
I'm ready to let the kids go out and have fun. Let us go out and do things as a family. Show the kids what's fun on the 4th of July.
Mary Ellen Gilmore came with her son and grandkids.
I think we need normalcy. We just need to get back to normalcy.
We're a bit isolated on social media. You're forced to sort of choose a side, I think, at times. And then you could come out here and see, just people watching a parade. It just feels a bit normal.
The St. Charles JCs have put on the Riverfest parade for years. Organizers are thrilled to be back after some challenging times dealing with the pandemic.
I just think it's just important to get back to life. Anything that stops moving, it's not going to grow anymore.
The Riverfest parade is part of the 3-day Riverfest Festival in St. Charles. Like the parade, the festival celebrating the 4th of July was also canceled last year due to COVID. St. Charles Mayor Dan Borgmeyer says Riverfest is among the first big events in St. Charles to make a comeback.
Look at this black cop. They got a black cop patrolling their event. Making sure everything's safe. Nobody's going to put this black cop in a position where he's going to have to discharge his service pistol. Or he's going to have to be in a fight with somebody. This stuff makes me mad, man. I'm starting to get upset. I'm jealous, man.
Like the parade, the festival celebrating the 4th of July was also canceled last year due to COVID. St. Charles Mayor Dan Borgmeyer says Riverfest is among the first big events in St. Charles to make a comeback. Borgmeyer tells us, while COVID is still a concern, it is critical for the St. Charles economy to have events like Riverfest return. Borgmeyer says he is going to let people make their own decisions about issues like wearing masks.
I want them to come down. I want them to be safe. I want them to have a great time. And I
hate to say it, but I don't think that their police chief is a sister. Who thinks their police chief is a sister? Or a brother, for that matter.
I want them to come down. I want them to be safe. I want them to have a great time. and I want them to take whatever precautions they feel are necessary to be in large crowds.
Chris Fournier, Fox News.
Well, breaking news, a teenage lifeguard attacked in Worcester. New details coming in overnight. Nick Giovanni is live in Worcester with the latest, Nick.
Brianna, Worcester police say a 17-year-old lifeguard was stabbed here near Bell Pond. 4 young men now been arrested. Now, we're told the call came in around 6:30 last night. According to police, this all started when a small group of young men smoking and drinking in the park were told to stop, but they'd be asked to leave. Worcester PD says several of them did leave without incident, but one man, identified as 22-year-old Celestine Bigirimana, was described as verbally aggressive and threatening.
Celestine Bigirimana, that's some kind of East African or something, maybe Somalian or something, or maybe even West African, some kind of African name. Listen, man, you can tell the lifeguard does not subscribe to my channel. That's why y'all gotta share these videos, man. Some people just don't know, man. You never tell, ever tell a son man to leave. And then stay. If you tell him to leave, like your boss be like, man, go over there and tell them guys they gotta leave. And you like, damn, I really need this job. All right. And you go over there and tell them to leave. As soon as they leave, you say, hey boss, I'm clocking out early. I do some overtime tomorrow, but I'm clocking out. Under no circumstances do you stay. Your best bet is to just not say nothing. Just be like, boss, you go over there and tell them to leave. But sometimes that's not an option. But yeah, like, never tell a son man to leave and then stay yourself. You crazy?
Brianna, Worcester police say a 17-year-old lifeguard was stabbed here near Bell Pond. 4 young men now been arrested. Now, we're told the call came in around 6:30 last night. According to police, this all started when a small group of young men smoking and drinking in the park were told to stop, but they'd be asked to leave. Worcester PD says several of them did leave without incident, but one man, identified as 22-year-old Celestine Bigirimana, was described as verbally aggressive and threatening. Now, according to investigators, he left but then came back with a small group and attacked the lifeguard. Bigirimana is now facing charges including assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, as are 3 other suspects ranging in age from 17 to 23 years old. Now, the lifeguard was transported to the hospital. The severities of his injuries still not clear. Live in Worcester, Nick Giovanni, WBZ This Morning.
And just like that, Ramsey Creek is ready for beachgoers once again.
We're very excited. It is long overdue.
So excited, Sable Murphy claimed her spot in line 2 hours before the beach even opened Saturday.
If you come right when they're about to open, you might not be able to get in.
And she's right. Mecklenburg County Park and Recreation expects the park to be packed all weekend.
People were really happy that the county made the effort to try and get it open.
Chris Hunter, the park operations superintendent, says enjoying this little slice of Lake Norman wasn't even possible up until 6 years ago.
I was about to say, yay, they got black people there. This is the superintendent. Okay, brother's doing a good job, man. But he's got an easy job. His job is easy. How many of y'all know that? At this park, his job is easy, man. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this brother's doing a great job. It's easy to do your job in environments like this. It's easy to do your job in environments like this. It's easy, man. We're talking about, like, this brother, all he got to do, the most he going to have to do, like, he might not even have to do anything. Like, the people just they're gonna take care of themselves. They're gonna police themselves. The spectrum of things he has to deal with are very small. He's not like concerned about somebody coming back, the argument, a fight, some people who have beef, prior beef, like deadly street gangster, like penitentiary style beef, meeting up and seeing each other here. I can't even get his brother no kudos for doing a good job. Y'all had no job to do.
People were really happy that the county made the effort to try and get it open.
Chris Hunter, the park operations superintendent, says enjoying this little slice of Lake Norman wasn't even possible up until 6 years ago.
We wouldn't allow you to walk into the water from county property. That all changed when we opened this beach.
And now people can't imagine a time without it.
When you first get in, it's cold, but you can get used to it.
It's been kind of our thing for the 4th of July weekend.
The beach will only be open on weekends for now due to staffing issues. But Hunter wants to reassure everyone they'll have enough lifeguards on duty.
Our lifeguards, they have approved flotation devices that they can issue to parents that will allow their kids to go out. But certainly they just simply need to be aware of where the kids are at all times.
A busy beach, a welcome sight after last year.
It's wonderful. I feel like it's wonderful. Probably be coming every week.
Now, sister, we don't mind you coming every week, but don't be telling everybody about this place, man. Keep it on the low. That's what you got to do. I'm not even joking with you. When you a sun person and you find a place that's nice and chill, and you go back to the community and you tell people, and then they start coming out there, like within like a month, it's just like trash all over the place, like imposing looking teenagers just sitting around, not doing nothing, staring at people. Like, you come in the beach and there's a bunch of dudes just staring at you. Not like trying to intimidate you, but you know how they is. They act like they ain't never seen a person before. Just staring at people. And trash on the ground, smell of marijuana in the air. Now your kid done got in a fight. Loud talking. Somebody talking about somebody racist, don't want them there for no reason other than the color of their skin. They show up with all that and then try to say, well, it's just the color of their skin. They trip me out with that one. I always find that funny. It's the color of my skin, isn't it? No! It's nothing to do with that's the least thing. Even if that was an offense, that's the last on the list. There's like 70 things on the list that make me about to not come out here no more, because y'all out here and your skin color is last on that list. But that's how it is when you this seems like a very nice woman. She go back and tells, and then people start coming down there, and they will ruin this place.
It's wonderful. I feel like it's wonderful. Probably be coming every week. Not having to really travel too far and get the best of both worlds with the sand and the lake. So it gives us like camping vibes a little bit.
North Little Rock police still searching for the person who opened fire at McCain Mall. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Fox 16 News at 9. I'm Cassandra Webb. Chaos broke out around 6 o'clock Friday night after shots were heard right outside the Earthbound Trading Company store inside the mall. Jessica Rank joins us now in the studio. And Jessica, you were at the mall today. So what were shoppers' thoughts more than 24 hours later?
Yeah, well, Cassandra, feelings were a little mixed. Now, as you can see behind me, parking lot and the mall wasn't as busy as normally. We see it on Saturday, but it was still relatively packed. However, one car that was missing today was one of a mall employee who was just feet away when the gun went off. McCain Mall doors were open and cars filled the parking lot, just like any other Saturday.
Well, I just come out to enjoy time with the family.
But just 24 hours earlier, a chaotic situation for Sabrina Clemens.
Shaking pretty badly.
One she won't forget.
I was that close that I saw it from the store.
Sabrina was working at Hot Topic Friday when she heard gunshots coming from a store just over the railing. And what she saw,
it was like lightning.
A flash after a pulled trigger. She says she immediately went into survival mode.
I heard it. I was like, somebody's shooting in the mall. I need to go to the back and hide myself.
She waited in a back office with her fellow employees as if time,
the silence was probably the worst part.
Was at a standstill.
Not knowing what's going on out there, not knowing if, the shooter was still walking around or if it was geared towards one person.
Sabrina says she's hesitant to walk back in the doors.
I don't really feel safe there.
But for others who do feel safe,
you can't let fear control your life.
They say
concealed carriers. I guarantee you these are concealed carriers. Well, the Pops is. The son probably not, but Pops got a concealed carry. That's what they mean by diligent. The little girl's scared because she doesn't carry. Pops carries. Even though that won't save you from nothing, it could make you feel a little safe. It makes you feel safer.
She's hesitant to walk back in the doors.
I don't really feel safe there.
But for others who do feel safe,
you can't let fear control your life.
They say remaining diligent keeps them coming back. Now, no one was injured in the shooting, but again, police are still looking for the shooter. Anyone with any information is asked to call North Little Rock Police. Reporting in studio, Jess Crank, Fox 16 News.
4th of July weekend to mark the occasion. Surprise fireworks along Chicago's lakefront are set to start in just hours. CBS 2 Stephen Graves is live at 31st Street Beach with a look at how many people are coming out. Stephen?
Just look at his brother smile. He can relax, man. Even the news anchor, he's just like, his whole demeanor is different. And he like, you just send him to a place where people just acting normal.
People are coming out, Stephen.
Hey Jim, happy 4th of July weekend. I can tell you it is beautiful out, so people continue to come out. I don't know if you can see behind me, but those cookouts are happening. People are doing lawn games. As for those fireworks, the mayor making that surprise announcement last night. And this will be a place where people can come see them. Unlike the normal fireworks display at Navy Pier, this year the sparks, well, they are flying higher in the air, visible to more people. This map here shows the area of viewing as far north as Grand Avenue and south to 55th Street. Now, word of the fireworks display caught a lot of people we spoke to by surprise. They did not think we would see any show, but the mayor said due to the hard work during the pandemic and turning the curve, here we are. And police, as expected, are out here in force. And
who thinks it's a coincidence that he said police are out? He didn't say this. They edited it like this. Whoever edited this, the first time they talk about police was the first time we saw some Sun people. And it could be a coincidence. And I'm sure these Sun people are having a great time. And it's sure they're not contributing to any violence. Because we know it's a very small portion of the Sun population that does that. But it's just interesting. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Everything's not a conspiracy.
And police, as expected, are out here in force and throughout the city this holiday weekend. But people here say the 4th of July vibe is electric and much needed after the fireworks show and many festivities were canceled last year.
It is definitely a lot busier than what I thought it was going to be, especially for, the situation. But I love it. Like, there's music everywhere. There's grills over here, sandwiches over here.
It's like, have you ever been active? Like, you check in on Facebook and it say you active? We activated, baby. It's like exciting. Yeah, it's like a burst of energy at the end of the night when the fireworks finna go off.
Look at how happy this sister is. She don't have to worry about her kids getting killed. getting hit with a stray bullet. She don't have to worry about none of that. Some hood rat talking about something. Well, she thinks she cute. What she looking at? Try to pull her weave out. Look at the joy people have. Some people have when they're in environments where it's a lot of glacier gliders. We feel so safe around you, glacier gliders. Let me talk to the glacier gliders for a minute, man. Glacier gliders, man. Let me holler at you, man. Don't believe that we're being hunted crap and that we scared of y'all or we view y'all as threats. When we see y'all somewhere, we know it's going to be safe. We know that even if somebody comes and shoots up the joint and we get hit, that at least one person is going to tie a tourniquet around our wound. One person is going to put pressure on our wound. One person is going to give us the Heimlich maneuver or CPR. Somebody going to try to diffuse the situation if a fight, argument starts. Somebody going to cooler heads prevail. Don't believe that crap about we scared of y'all, we hate y'all, y'all devils and we can't stand y'all, and y'all violent and y'all black bodies, y'all always putting violence on black bodies. Man, when we see y'all, we know that. When we see a lot of y'all, we know it's going to be safe. When we see just one of y'all or two of y'all, we know, all right, at least somebody here got some reasoning skills. And it may not be safe, but whatever the problem is, it'll be handled better than if y'all wasn't there. And all my son people, hit 1 if you agree with me. Hit 2 if you disagree with me. 1 if you agree with me, 2 if you disagree with me. And don't just tell me what you think I want to hear. If you disagree with me, press 2. It's fine.
It is definitely a lot busier than what I thought it was going to be, especially for, the situation. But I love it. Like, there's music everywhere. There's grills over here, sandwiches over here.
It's like, have you ever been active? Like, you check in on Facebook and it say you active? We activated, baby. It's like exciting. Yeah, it's like a burst of energy at the end of the night when the fireworks finna go off.
A lot of energy like that out here. And if you decide to come out, city officials are encouraging you to take public transit. I can tell you that traffic is really heavy when you get downtown. The CTA also has extra buses in the fleet. And listen to this, the fireworks, they start at 9:30. Reporting live here at 31st Street Beach, Stephen Graves, CBS 2 News. Jim?
Burst of energy, she's right. Thank you, Stephen.